Well, welcome back, everyone, to Two Guys, One Gamepad. I am Sig. As always, we are here with this Missouri raised thing with me named Rahgel.
Greatest thing. From the fucker that lives in Kansas.
It's not Missouri, though.
I know it's not as good.
I'm sorry, what just happened at KFC there because of corn?
That was St. Louis. Okay, that's different.
St. Louis. St. Louis where? Missouri? Yeah.
Let's talk about your surrounding cities around yours. Let's talk about those. So I'm pretty sure we talked about them in the last podcast or podcast before about you going out door dashing and having some crazy things happen at the Motel 6. Am I wrong?
That's my town.
Exactly. So back to your Kansas shenanigans.
Yeah, where you live's not any better. The state itself.
We just grow meth and corn.
Yeah, see, we do meth, pot, and wheat. So, we exchange shit with you guys quite often. Our trade system.
Beer for gasoline?
Yeah, pretty much. But that's not what we're here about. So, December 8th was the Game Awards 2022, and that's what we're going to be talking about this episode tonight. Whatever word I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Just Game Awards? That's all they call it?
Yeah, Game Awards.
Wow, way to really fucking church it up there.
No razzle.
Here we are at
no pizzazz.
The Game Awards. Like, cool. Couldn't come up with a better fucking name. I guess, whatever.
We're not going to cover all these. I mean, we may, because after looking at the winners and everything, or seeing all the winners, it's basically, spoiler alert, Elden Rings, God of War Ragnarok, or somebody else. So, I'm not going to spend too much time on all of it. But we're going to go through most of the categories, and basically how we feel, what we think about it, whether or not it was deserving, or if we think one of the other games in the lineups should have won, and justify it if we need to. But with that said, I have my special juice drink with me, and he has some white shit.
Your middle school dance punch you're drinking over there.
Now, everybody would be off their ass if this was in there.
That's exactly how we were in middle school.
Yeah, it
was supposed to be, but it happened.
Fucking Missouri.
Sorry, we're in the back smoking crack in Kansas.
We weren't smoking it, and that wasn't me. Wasn't me. We didn't have middle school dances. So fuck you.
Oh fuck, we had plenty of them. So do we want to start at the bottom of this and skip all the esports stuff? Because
yeah, we're not doing the esports.
I don't follow esports, and I honestly could care less about it right now.
I watch, but I'm not like religious about it. Where it's like, oh my god, I can't tell you in the teams. I don't give a shit about it that much because
I mean, I know FaZe, I know these and stuff like that. But yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't follow enough to really know anybody there that's
yeah, we're not going to do the best esports game, athletes, team, coach, or event, and we're also not going to do the content creator of the year. Like those are guaranteed 6 that we're not going to cover, and that's just because, like, that's not what the Game Awards, at least in my opinion. If you feel different, that's fine. Are about. It should be about the games, not necessarily the player, let alone a content creator, which is fancy for streamer. Like, I get it, but we're talking about the game itself. It shouldn't be heavily influenced by an esports team or a creator. It should be, a good fucking game because the developers and studios, made it that way. Like Elden Ring, which we're finding won a lot. So yeah, we can start from the bottom up and go with most anticipated game, which the nominees for that was Final Fantasy 16, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4, Starfield, or The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. I'm gonna be honest. I've only played 2 of these. I didn't even know there was a Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
No.
So, but either way, the winner of this one, again, you can see all this at GameAwards.com. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom won the most anticipated game, um, which kind of makes sense because I think the only one that's truly not like a remake or remaster, whatever you want to call it, would be Hogwarts and this Zelda game. Resident Evil 4 has been out several times. I played it on PS3, PS4, or mostly PS4.
Yeah, that's I was looking. I was confused. I was like, Resident Evil 4, like that's been out for a long time. How's this the most
They're redoing it.
anticipated? Like, yeah, I mean, like, how's that even up there as the most anticipated when it's been redone?
At
But I
least
mean,
two
again,
times. At least two times.
I mean, so and I'll be honest, if you're anticipating Final Fantasy, just you need to move out of your fucking parents' basement and find something else to do because this game's absolute dog shit.
Don't you tell the
And
Ricochet programmers that. How dare you?
I get the fuck out of here, kick your code right over and move out. And I don't know anything about Starfield. I mean, just looking at the cover art, it looks like it would be fun at all. The Hogwarts Legacy, I'm kind of interested about. I saw it earlier tonight. I was looking at new games, and I didn't know it was out. But this one is
It just came out.
interesting. But I'm curious about the gameplay. I haven't seen any gameplay on it yet.
I've seen gameplay, and again, it's one of those like, it's very promising because it doesn't follow the lineage of Harry Potter. So it has nothing to do with Harry Potter. It's literally the legacy, I believe, before. So we don't ever find out about like Snape or Harry or his parents. It's all well before, which is nice. But again, this is one of those games where like they're really pushing it. At least from what I've seen, what I understand is they're really pushing it to be uh, kind of mostly solo, single player, but some working together as well, which I'm not a big fan of. Either commit to one or the other. Don't teeter totter back and forth. That's kind of what like the big issue is with Destiny 2 is they talk about you can single player all this. You don't need to do multiplayer to get all the weapons. Oh wait, some of this gear is going to be locked in dungeons and raids, so you should have a team unless you're maxed out or hacking a system type thing. So, but Starfield, it looked promising. It looked good too. But again, I'm a big fan of Bethesda. I don't think they've done too many things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bethesda made us. I mean,
but that's also like Microsoft owns Bethesda now too. So, now I had promise for it, but again, if just looking at this, my guess would have been Hogwarts Legacy, honestly, just because they've been hyping this game up for over a year. And it looks so promising and it looks so good. But I guess the moment you throw a Legend of Zelda game in there,
yes, I mean,
you lost.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the voting for was, how close everything was, because the following of Final Fantasy is something that I really would like to see of how close it was to Zelda beating it out.
Yeah.
Because as much as I hate that game, I know there's a crazy following for it. I'm pretty sure that Resident Evil probably, yeah. I'm pretty sure Resident Evil is probably towards the bottom, being that it's a remake or remaster or what, I don't even know how they did it, but yeah, you're not beating out Zelda. It's classic, and the storylines as they do with it is very well done. Nintendo has done very well with that, and will continue to.
I have a feeling, honestly, it went in this order: Legend of Zelda, Hogwarts Legacy, Starfield, Final Fantasy, Resident Evil. And that's just because, again, Resident Evil and Final Fantasy, they may have a cult-like following behind them, but the problem is these games have been out for decades at this point, and they don't really do much to change, honestly, anything. And when they do, it's like little tweaks here and there. So by the time, I don't know, 2022 comes around, you're like, oh, I've seen this, we did this, this is back from Final Fantasy 7 or Resident Evil or Resident Evil 3, whatever. Let alone 4, which has been out before, because my wife and I used to play that together. So I just have a feeling Hogwarts and Legend of Zelda, like, that had been close relatively, if not just like, 5% off from each other. If I was a betting man, that's how I would put it. So,
Yeah, and I think that's probably fair. To be honest, these games are. I mean, these games are definitely solid for what they are, but fuck Final Fantasy. I think that moving with Zelda is probably. I mean, you're not going to beat it.
no, I think the only thing I could give it a run for its money would be like a Mario game, or uh, I think really just a Mario game. Maybe Mortal
Yeah,
Kombat, because Mortal Kombat has a massive, massive fucking following.
yeah.
But anyways, let's move on to best adaptation, which is recognizing outstanding creative work that uh, adapts a video game into another entertainment source medium, typically game to movie, uh, or even game to book. But in our cases for this, it's video game transferred as to a movie set, TV show. So uh, this one, honestly, looking at it, I get why. I, Arcane. Okay, so nominations. Rock was gonna talk at some point.
I got I got a problem with this one.
Arcane, League of Legends, Cyberpunk Edge Runner, The Cuphead Show, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Uncharted. Those are the nominations. The winner is Arcane League of Legends, and I honestly only think it won purely because this is, I believe, the newest out of the five out there. Like, it's the most recent, and it's the most easily accessible because it's on Netflix. So League of Legends has a very toxic community. So uh, yeah,
I mean, you take. I mean, strictly an anime style game, and then you turn it into an anime
it's
to
not very
to
creative.
watch. So your adaptation is taking exactly what the game is and extending out the storyline to make exactly what it is from the game.
Just not playable.
Unlike, yeah, just not playable. Unlike, and the two that I would take out of this would be Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I saw the first one. Okay, I haven't seen the second one
I
yet.
haven't
Uncharted,
either.
I've seen. I honestly forgot Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was out. But the first one I liked. It was enjoyable. You
It was
know,
fun.
they put a lot into it to make Sonic look like Sonic and not like a bastardized, weird ass looking blue hedgehog.
But hey, that's the first time cyberbullying actually did some good.
And Uncharted movie was not bad. I mean,
I liked it.
they had the cast done very well. In fact, you have Tom Holland playing the main character
Great.
in that movie. Going forward with that one, how is that in any way going from a video game to a live action movie? I mean, that's a great adaptation, and it followed a lot of things.
But that movie got shit on. That movie got
Well,
completely shit on. And again, I think we talked about this
mhm,
in a previous episode. Is doing something like a video game to a movie is very hard to do, or a TV show. It's
it
very hard to
is.
do. I'm not just talking about like production and studio and writing. No, it's just very hard to do because you're going to piss off the community. You either need to make the movie specifically towards that community, or kind of ride that line like Uncharted did, where it paid proper respects and homage to the game and kept things very true for the most part. But at the same time, it didn't alienate everybody else if you have no idea what Uncharted is. Like, and this is just for, again, take my wife and my perspective. I played Uncharted 1 for like a few hours. I did not like the game. Not a big fan of it. The movie, I thought was great. Uh, Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, one fantastic duo on screen, hilarious. But they also fit the characters of Nathan Drake's and I don't want to say his sidekick, but his friend.
Don't call Mark Wahlberg a sidekick.
Yeah. So I thought it was all very well done. I thought it was all very like very well made. I'm with you saying that one or Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but those both have been out for a while now.
But also, if you're looking at, go ahead.
Arcane just came out, or
Yeah, and I get that, but if you're looking at how at best adaptation, when you're looking at it, how it's described, recognizing outstanding creative work, how is that creative when you're taking the internal video game and making it into a fucking anime, which is the exact same thing how the video game is?
Well, you're leaving off a part. It does say recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts. I think that's probably where like Sonic and Uncharted is it's not 100% true to the nature. One, Sonic was never going to be true. Like, not possible. No. Excuse me, sorry. But, like you were saying, like, I don't know. World of Warcraft would do that shit and say, hey, we're just going to make this all like you see on screen or on your computer monitor. People lose their shit. You're lazy.
I meant that dog shit movie.
It wasn't dog shit. It was okay.
Dog shit.
But yeah, I'm also one that's like, Blizzard, come on, fucking make a movie. Because your cutscenes are fucking amazing. They're movie quality. Make a movie.
Yeah.
So I get it. But it's not very creative if you're just going, hey, anime video game to anime TV series. You won't be able to see overhead, won't be able to control the character, but hey, here you go, more story. Like, no.
Yeah, and I've seen, I mean, Cuphead show, it's, it is what it is. Cyberpunk, that just looks like it looks horrible.
I'm amazed that even made it on this list after the epic failure launch that is Cyberpunk 2077.
Well, when you had the following of it and you make a show for it, obviously you're going to get some following or support for it, because I'm assuming you can do a better show than you do a video game. I mean,
when no one's harassing you, death threats or anything, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's not the way I would have went, but again, I don't live in my basement to make all these decisions.
Aren't you in your basement right now?
That's not what I said. I don't live in my basement. I live in the house that has a basement. Don't come for me right now, you fucker. Best debut indie. We're gonna move on from that one. And this is not this isn't the one. I have an argument on one of them that I saw earlier.
But this one makes sense, though.
Best debut indie for the best debut game created by a new independent studio. Nominees were Neon White, Norco, Stray, Tunic, and Vampire Survivors. Vampire Survivors looks like it should be a fucking mobile game. Is it a mobile game?
No, these are actual games, I believe, like full-fledged.
And I don't know any of these games but Stray, and I've played a little bit of Stray, and it's oddly enjoying.
It's
like I enjoy it.
Addictive.
And I had to kind of step away from it because I was enjoying being a cat. And it was weird.
This person who gave me shit for adopting another cat.
But you're not the cat.
You don't know that.
If you're walking behind your cat with a controller, we need to sit down and have a conversation. Go left. No, I said jump. Swat the mouse.
The control input's not very good right now. Okay, a lot of lag. Really bad latency.
Oh, you need the cord. You've got to jam it in. You walk around the house with a cord jam your cat's ass, and you fall behind.
Try it.
We're gonna have
running away. The micro blue chip is not working, so.
Oh well, you should shove it deeper. You'd be good. These games, I really have no idea about any of these games. I have seen Tunic.
I've played Tunic because it's on Game Pass. It's again, these are all games like you just kind of get lost in very quickly. But you're talking about like overall production value, marketing value, how they did all their ads. Not one of these, other than Stray, stands out. Because Stray did such a good job on blowing up on the social media side of the house. And then people went and saw it on things like TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. And then they started to go do streams about it. And they started watching it. And then it became beta. And again, streamers did what streamers do. It became very well known, and it was just fucking everywhere.
Yes.
Whereas these other ones, minus Tunic, Tunic has a good following too, but it wasn't put on blast because again, Goose Goose or the Goose Game, whatever it's called, another one that's like your Goose. That's it. Like I mean, you're trying to cause damage, but it's such a simplistic game. In those type of games, you just get lost in. There's not much to it. You're just like, oh, I'm killing time. 7 hours later, still a cat with a backpack.
Yes, it is. I mean, out of these, yes, I would have gone with this one. But again, I don't know too much about the rest of them. Tunic was okay, but like the way you can get lost in Stray is it's very well done.
Yeah,
I will say.
I mean, I'm looking at gameplay for the other three. I mean, they're graphics and everything. Like Neon White looks very much like an anime style game, so nothing special, nothing unique about it. Basically, just copy and paste is the best way I can think of it. Norco looks very like it should be a retro game, but it's not. So that's really messing with me. Tunic is cartoon, so that's fine. Stray is beautifully done. Like the animation, the graphics, all that's just amazing.
Well, the music on it is like calming and soothing as well. That helps out because you can get lost in that too.
And Vampire Survivors is like it's not bad, but it's against overhead type gameplay, and it looks very retro. Mm-hmm. And it looks like a mobile game I play.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like I was curious if it's a mobile game or not, because I mean that's how a lot of mobile games are now of the overhang type like that. So,
which is what Grand Theft Auto originally was, and look how well that did.
Yeah, well, I mean it's going on what 10+ years now of the fifth one. So
I think it's up to 12. I think it's what we said.
Is it 12?
14.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think you're right.
Because we did a piece and we're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Let's move on. Next one.
Best multiplayer.
All right, and your nominees for this one: Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge, Splatoon 3, Overwatch 2, Multiverse, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, 2022 edition. Just in case there's somebody's like, yeah, it's best of high. Fuck off. So, I'm going to let you go on this one because I have some choice words. I'm going to drink my special drink.
So, all right, best multiplayer. This one is, I think, one that's going to be easily arguable no matter what, because you have people that have niches on a lot of things that they will stick with certain styles. Obviously, you have, you could say, I guess, 3 BR styles. Other one is like a Smash Brothers. And then I don't know what Shredder's Revenge is.
Side scroller.
Is okay. So is it Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat style like that?
It's a. You remember the old Spider-Man Nintendo games where you play Spider-Man, your screen side scrolls?
Oh yeah, okay. So Double Dragon.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles is the same way. It's just you can have 4 players on there, and you still have side scrolls. So yeah.
How's that not on the one I just fucking bought, the Cowabunga one? Son of a bitch.
This is the one that came out before. I thought this was on the Cowabunga one. You corrected me. You're like, no, it's not that. You're stupid.
It came after, didn't it? Oh, maybe not. Okay.
No, because I said this came out. You said, no, it's not the Cowabunga one. Oh.
All right, well, yeah.
Where are you getting 3 battle royales, okay? Because it's not saying Warzone. It says Modern Warfare 2, which would be, again, the multiplayer.
Which is still, yeah, I guess. Okay, multiplayer. So you have two BR styles, or one, no, take it back. You have 1 BR style in Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
Then you have 2 multiplayer styles, 1 fucking bastardized Smash Brothers style game, and then a side scroll.
Yeah.
I have not played Multiverses, but I've seen it, and I can't stand Smash Brothers. I hate that style of game. I can't fucking focus. My kids, I don't understand it, but it's like they have the best eyesight in the world. I lose my fucking guy 30 seconds into the match, and I can't fucking figure it out. Drives me nuts. I fucking hate it. I can't stand it. I watched it play. Cool characters. I think it's funny that like they have Batman and Shaggy back to back. Like that's awesome, cool. I can't fucking play the game. It drives me nuts. There's too much going on. You have to button smash to win. And I can't stand games you have to button smash. There's no technique in it. You just have to pretty much beat the fucking thing against your head, and you can win.
So, but do you agree with Splatoon 3 winning? If we didn't say that, Splatoon 3 won.
Yeah, I don't. I do not. I'll be the first to say it. I don't think Modern Warfare 2 should have won it. No way in hell would that have won it. I'm surprised that Overwatch 2 didn't get it because the hype, the following of Overwatch is insane. I didn't see there being that big of a following of Splatoon, but again, well, that's the thing is I don't play Nintendo that much. We have Switches and stuff like that, but
sorry,
I played Splatoon.
I know the janitor.
I know, you fucking weirdo. The Splatoon, I played Splatoon, and I only played it for a little bit. The little bit that I did play was enjoyable. I liked it a lot, and it's a game that's very unique and creative. And I mean, I see it. I understand why it won, but I could, in my eyes, Overwatch would be the one to take it, and not Modern Warfare, not Multiverses, and not Ninja Turtles. So I mean, between those two, that's where I was at.
See, I'm with you on that, but I think it's a fucking joke to have Multiverse and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge up there. Like, there are significantly better multiplayer games out there that should have been nominated. Again, I don't know how these games got put on here. I don't know that system. By the time I pay attention to this, I watch it live, and that's when I'm like, oh, what games got nominated? Because I have other shit to do in my life. So those two games alone should never been on here. And I'm a huge Smash Brothers fan. Like, I love the game. Multiverse is such a joke, and the fact that like I played it when it came out. I have streams, I have past recordings of it where you see me playing, and I personally rank that up as like a fail launch, because it released with 3 characters for free that you could play, and everyone else you either had to pay to unlock, or you had to grind out for hours upon hours upon hours to unlock a character, or complete enough quest lines / achievements to get tokens or gems, whatever, to unlock a character. And then you can only unlock a set number of them. I've given this game like probably 6 or 7 hours worth of my life on multiple tries, probably more now that I think of it. But it's just one of those games like it feels so incomplete, and because it feels like such a shitty version of Smash Brothers. It doesn't feel like it's properly done. It doesn't feel like it's as graphically where it should be. Like they tried way too hard, and I think the controls are shit. I don't like the gameplay. I think the launch was a failure. I get why Splatoon 3 wins, because you look at its competitor, which really would be Modern Warfare 2 or Overwatch 2. Modern Warfare 2, in like true Call of Duty fashion, fucked up on launch and fucked up for several days to follow. Overwatch 2 had a great launch, great beta, great alpha testing. Mm-hmm. But the problem was the behind the scenes of having the double authentication. That came out really strong and heavy, and saying that if you don't have double authentication, you can't play online. And then it got converted to, oh, well, it's only for PC gamers, or it was only for PlayStation gamers, or whatever. And then it became you had to have a Blizzard account with double authentication. Oh, but now your cell phone number needs to be the double authentication, and needs to be hooked up to a subscribed mobile service. And they listed only AT&T, T-Mobile / Sprint, and Verizon, along with like US Cellular and a couple other ones that you can like have a contract of sorts with it rather than prepaid. And that was the big thing a lot of people got pissed off about, is because, oh, well, what about Timmy? And we did an episode about this. What about Timmy, who has a prepaid straight talk phone? he wouldn't qualify for it because it's not a subscribed service. It's prepaid. Um, and it's still around. It's just not the way everybody thinks it is or everybody was anticipating it was. Um, but I think that's what bit Overwatch in the ass was they had such a good hype and then they released that double authentication information and the gamer world community just went nuts with it. And I was like, oh, how dare you make me have to have this? I don't want it, blah, 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 blah. How dare you make my shit be more secure so I don't get hacked? You don't need my IP address. There was a lot of things wrong with it on that front. I had not played Splatoon, but I used to work at Best Buy when Splatoon 1 came out, and I remember the crazy fucking hype behind it and all the people that came in, uh, trailers and everything. It was very neat gameplay style, and I honestly can't think of another game that would be similar without really just going Splatoon 2 or 3. Like,
yeah, no, it's enjoyable. It's definitely different.
I mean, that's a game I want to get for my daughter, where we can play, but she doesn't like to lose at all.
What kid does?
My son, he thinks it's hilarious. Daughter, not so much. On the other hand,
We can do best sports. Or we can skip that one. I mean, it's.
I only know like 2 of those, so yeah, let's just.
I mean, Gran Turismo 7 won that one, which I'm pretty sure that was not close at all.
Yeah, because you had F1 22, FIFA 23, NBA 2K 23, Gran Turismo 7, and Oli Oli World. So, I mean, I guess that makes sense why Turismo 7 won. Yeah, I have not played this. Then we go to Best Sim / Strategy. Best game focused on real time or turn based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. So your nominees were Dune, Spice World, stupid fucking name. Spice Wars, sorry.
Worse.
So, that's even worse, actually. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, Total War, Warhammer 3, 2 Point Campus, and Victoria 3. Honestly, I have not played Dune Spice Wars or Victoria 3. I am very familiar with Paradox Studios, so that's kind of impressive that they're. Again, I feel like it's because it's Mario.
Yeah, like we said earlier about
Zelda.
Yeah,
they're just staple games that doesn't fucking matter. Now, granted, this game's awesome. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is fucking hilarious. It's a great game, and if you've ever played the Rabbids game, oh, they're like these two work so well together. It's just amazing. I love this game. Um, it's hilarious. But again, I'm not a big turn-based player either, and this was one of those I got for like $10 a while back, and I got engrossed into it. And on Nintendo, I was like, "Oh, this is so much fun." This is just because it's not all turn-based, but your major battles are all turn-based. Yeah. All your rabbits have certain characters and they have certain abilities, so I totally understand why this game won. Yeah. I think if you take this game out, I honestly think 2 Point Campus would have won. Because that has a wicked community behind it too. Like Wick Tinsey, who we've had on the show before, he played the 2 Point Campus game and he was streaming it, and the amount of comments and everything he would get on it was just crazy. The viewership he would get on it was crazy. And then Total War Warhammer 3. If you're not really big into D&D and that style of gameplay, or you didn't follow Warhammer from the OG days, it's not your game. It's not something you can just pick up and play. Unfortunately, you have to understand it. The lineage, the story, you need to know a lot about it.
I don't know any of these games, so yeah, cool. Not even a Mario game. I have no idea.
It's fun, but you don't like turn-based at all.
No.
I'll let
is that how Mario is? Is Mario turn-based too?
Not all of them, no.
Okay.
I think it's just that one and their sequel.
You give me best family, really? For the best game appropriated for family play, respective of genre or platform.
I'm
So we
sorry.
have
Do your kids play video games? 'Cause mine don't. Mine try
mine
and get
do,
pissed off. So
mine do, but they don't play any of these.
sounds like a you problem.
So we have Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, Mario plus Rabbids: Sparks of Hope, Nintendo Switch Sports, and Splatoon 3. And the winner is Kirby in the Forgotten Land.
I didn't even realize or notice that it said Nintendo Switch Sports. I did not see that got nominated on here.
That one has a huge thing as far as getting kids active is their big thing.
No, I mean that's cool and everything.
So
That's I just would have never expected.
no, I hate when they try to use video games to get kids active. Like it's fucking stupid. No, get them off the fucking video and kick their ass outside. Like I have to do it with my kids. Like
Says
get
the
off of
person
it,
who
take your ass outside.
bought all the consoles and shit for
I'm a
you.
grown ass man. I can do what I want. I'm a half grown man. I can do what I want.
Yeah, easy though. You're only like 5'4". Chill out.
Exactly. That's why I said half grown.
But here's the
But
thing. Lego Star Wars, I'm amazed that one did not win because that had like some of the best marketing, some of the best trailers, the best gameplay. When you go and like look at the streams between the two of them, like there's just a ton on Lego Star Wars. And Kirby Forgotten Land, well yes, it's fun, but it's Kirby. And there's something just so fantastic about playing any Lego game where you get to kill people and they just become Lego bits. I don't know if you ever played a Lego game, but they're hilarious.
yeah. I played the Lego Marvel. Last one I played a while back.
I will play all of them simply because I like to go and destroy shit and then oof, done. But that was a lot of fun too.
You're looking at family based. I mean, I'm surprised it wasn't Switch Sports. I do see Kirby for sure.
Honestly,
because Kirby is yes, but I see more of a family based of Switch Sports because of the original Wii. How much people got into that and enjoyed that, and I'm going to find another one to get because I want one.
A Wii?
But yeah, just the original Wii, just like the tennis and shit like that. That's a doorknob.
I have one in I have one in there.
That's what I want.
In there.
Yeah, we had the Wii U and we got rid of that thing. I couldn't stand the Game Gear thing.
No, it's all
that had to go. Yeah, so I just want one just for like tennis and shit like that, just to fuck around with on nights. But like Kirby is one that a lot of families can. It's easy to play.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're going around just sucking shit in. That's all you're doing. Sucking and shooting. Sucking and shooting.
Yeah, but then why didn't porn get put on here?
The gameplay in those is very difficult at times because I just
it's a little too real. A little too real.
Depends on your payment plan. So
what caliber of rig you have?
Yeah, exactly. And your aspect ratio and everything.
Must be hard for a 5.
No, so let's hear this. You got best fighting then. Let's hear about this one. Yeah, you go ahead.
I can't believe that. Okay. Best fighting, which is just head to head, like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. But your nominees were DNF Duel, JoJo Bizarre Adventure All Star Battle Royale, The King of Fighters 15, Multiverse, and Sifu. How the fuck did Multiverse win over Sifu? Or the King of Fighters?
It's got to be because of the fucking Smash Bros. Style play. It's the only thing I could think of.
Well, my only thought is honestly because of Shaggy. Because think about how many memes and everything have been made about Shaggy in Mortal Kombat, Shaggy in Street Fighter, Shaggy in Smash Brothers, and the fact that they made the game and its key player is Shaggy.
I mean, it could be. I think the fact that then the Smash Bros. Falling is why I think it got it.
I can't believe Sifu lost. I didn't get to watch this live is the problem. I was busy dealing with family.
I didn't know it was on. I didn't know it was going on.
I knew it was going on. I knew it was on because I originally was like, oh, maybe we should do a whole episode where we'll watch it live, but I had family.
Yeah.
But, so.
But I mean,
Anyway,
that one, I don't know. That's just like, I don't know any other games either. I don't know Sifu. I don't know
you've
any
heard
of them.
you've heard of Sifu, right? Like that was a
Maybe I
very
have.
that's all over like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube,
I might
streams
have.
everywhere.
Maybe.
Elegant gameplay and everything. The first of many
Maybe.
best role playing video games.
So yes, the first of many for this one. So we have Elden Ring, Live and Live, Pokemon Legends, whatever the fuck that word is.
Arceus.
Yep, that one. Triangle Strategy and is it Xenoblade Chronicles 3?
Yeah.
Which I don't play Elden Ring. It's not a game that I can get into.
You like Dark Souls games?
I've seen
like
it's not it's way too, I don't know, it's too much for me to engulf my life into, because it will take up my life if I was to ever try and get into it, and I can't do it. And fucking Pokemon games are so stupid.
Stupid.
I fucking hate Pokemon games.
But like based off this lineup, yeah, Elden Ring, of course, Elden Ring would have been. Um, I don't know about Live Alive or Live a Live, whatever. Never heard of it or played it, but it's also Nintendo. And Triangle Strategy is also Square Enix. So yeah, you're talking about 4 Nintendo games, and Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit, Elden Ring would have been. That was easy.
Which, I mean, yeah. It's mm-hmm.
Man, what more?
I still think, in my opinion, there are better role playing games out there, but
These are all
you
like
know.
this is all like relatively new games. New within 2022, not
Yeah.
the last 2 years or 3 years.
And here comes your heart on.
First of many, best action and adventure. You have Plague Tale, Requiem,
Requiem.
God of War, Ragnarok, Horizon. God damn it, English. Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Tunic. God of War, of course, won, and really the only game that could have given it a run for its money would be Horizon Forbidden West. But when you talk about like action adventure game, God of War, Santana Monica just has this shit on lockdown. It's a truly completed game. It's finished, kind of like Elden Ring, and it's go, go, kill everything, play the story. The story arc in it's always amazing, as we'll find out later. But everything about there's nothing negative I have to say about this other than the fact that Atreus, the son, is fucking annoying. He's a whiny little bitch. Do you really think we should do that, Dad? This looks dangerous. I'm scared. Shut up, boy. Fucking God. Just like, fuck you. But great storyline. It's really good. I love it. I recommend this game to anybody, everybody. And it's a single player game, so you don't need anybody else.
I'm debating on getting it. This is one I've thought about. Between God of War and Assassin's Creed are ones that I've thought about.
Which Assassin's Creed?
Any of them, I don't know.
No.
I don't know anything. I don't know if I have to start from the beginning or if I just start from wherever. Same with God of War, I don't know.
God of War you do. You need to play 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Ragnarok.
Well, they're not on PlayStation 5, so it's not going to happen.
But yeah, this is one of those games that it's had a following since PlayStation 2. I think, yeah, PlayStation 2. So the story spans 20 years, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
You went from being a demigod a soldier of the Spartan army who just ran around fucking literally everything Gave you experience points though. Your child died, or your children died, and your wife died because of Ares and Zeus, and now you're on a vindictive revenge of just killing everybody. So, and then you go away from where you were, and you head over to Norway. You do the Norse mythology, like the way they tied in, like the two different mythologies all together perfectly, and they even acknowledge, like Zeus acknowledges, or not Zeus, sorry. No, yeah, Zeus acknowledges Odin and Thor, and Odin acknowledges Zeus. So I mean, they know each other exists, which is done very, very well versus there just being one almighty. So very well done, in my opinion. Glad it won. Next.
Yeah, that we go from best action adventure to best action game. What the fuck? Like, really? Like, way to make room for other games to be nominated for this. Good job. Like, Game Awards.
God of War would take all this. So let's just do one that's like a subcategory.
Like, I don't like why. Why do you make a category within a category of another category? So this one you have Bayonetta 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the 2022 edition, Neon White, Sifu, and Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I don't know what Bayonetta is.
What?
Do I not? I don't know. The fucking picture is like half of it, so I don't know what the fuck it is.
What?
Bayonetta 1 and 2 look at the internet. You're on PlayStation.
Probably. This one makes sense, though. This one makes sense. It does. The lineup they have, the other four make no bloody sense to be.
Oh, this is a game I will not play. I wouldn't play that game anyways.
This game.
What does it make sense to you?
No, I mean the other four, like to have Call of Duty win or Neon White or Seafood or Shredder's Revenge, wouldn't make sense to win Best Action. Bayonetta 3 makes perfect sense. Again, kind of like God of War, there's a rich history here. There's lineage here. There's a story to go along with it. The only downside this game had was they replaced the voice actress with someone else, and it pissed off the entire community. I have free.
Focused primarily on combat, though. Like, I don't know. I do think that Call of Duty should have been close, if not have gotten it, because that's all Call of Duty is nothing but combat.
Well, this would be like story mode, not multiplayer. They're not gonna.
Either way, that's still all combat. You're literally, you don't walk through and fucking shake hands with people. No, you're shooting fuckers in the head.
No, but you're sitting there a lot of time going, watch this cutscene. While elegantly done, you're like, watch this cutscene.
Does Bayonetta not have cutscenes? I don't know.
Not as much, and not to the caliber that Call of Duty does, where you're sitting around.
Oh, well, I mean, if that's the driving force that made them lose it, then that's what they'd fucking get. So, because yes, that is what's annoying about Call of Duty right now is their fucking cutscenes. So, and yeah.
I don't personally care about VR or AR.
No.
But with that said, your nominees were After the Fall, Among Us VR, Bone Lab, Moss Book 2, and Red Matter 2. I don't know any of these games but Among Us, which, if you haven't seen the social media of Among Us, where, especially the VR, where there's children playing and there's adults too. And adults scaring the crap out of the children, it's hilarious. Love it. Because you literally have videos where a child is playing as Among Us character. And they're like, hey, what are you doing? I'm just fixing the reactor, blah, 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 blah. Oh, wait, I think I'm the monster. And they just chase this kid, and you can hear the kid scream bloody murder. And the person just going, and chasing the kid. You can hear the crying. Like, yes, I love this. Awesome.
So tonight, next one we got is what? Innovation in accessibility. Is that right?
Yeah. Which recognizes software and/or hardware that pushes the medium forward by addressing features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience.
The nominees for this one
makes sense.
Which, yeah, I mean, yeah, I will agree. As Dusk Falls, God of War, Ragnarok, Return to Monkey Island, The Last of Us Part One, The Quarry. Out of these, anything that's going to expand.
Last of Us back on here. That came out years ago, but again, remade,
it was
remastered, whatever.
It was remastered.
Doesn't need to be on here.
No, and I agree. But I do see why Ragnarok won this one. I mean, if you look at the whole title of it for what it is of evolving, and or I'm sorry, widening the audience, something like that, then this is definitely going to do it, hands down. I mean, the Quarry is very.
That's niche.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
Same with like
Same thing with the Dust Falls. Yep. Last of Us Part One, which if they would, I haven't played the second one yet, but I haven't heard good reviews about it.
You won't hear.
And that is not widening the audience at all. It is the same thing, just extended from what I've seen and read on it. I have no idea what the fuck Return to Monkey Island is. It looks like Curious George, the guy with the fucking yellow hat.
Again, I'm sure you can make an argue that God of War is a niche game. But like Dustfall, very niche game. Return to Monkey Island, niche game. Quarry, niche game. Last of Us, while yes, has a I hate the story actually. But my opinion aside, has a rich story and background and all that. It makes sense. But again, this game hasn't been out before. It's not new. It's not doing anything to broaden gameplay or allow others to come in. That's just there.
I mean, it's another style game that's been done before. Granted, I mean, I have not played God of War, but it does, to me, it seems like another Assassin's Creed gameplay style. But like I said, I haven't played it, and I'm only looking at like the open world style movement and anything like that too. But like I said, I haven't played it, so I don't know. But I do see why this one won. When it's enjoyed by an even wider audience, it's going to expand. And it's been what you said, 20 years.
Yeah.
Last of Us is the only one game that's been out in the last 7-8 years. The Quarry is new.
Not quite 20 years. 17.
17, okay. As Dust Falls, at least another new one. And Return to Monkey Island is just, I don't care.
It's a funny game, but that's it.
I don't doubt it's funny, but it's not one that's going to do, I think, what, God of War has done.
Yeah.
So.
This next one annoys me. Best community support, which recognizes the game for its outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates. And we're not going to touch too much onto it. But I have a little beef with this. Just because if you see who the winner is, you understand why. But your nominees for this, for Best Community Support, Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, or No Man's Sky. So Final Fantasy 1. Again, I don't know how the fuck that won. And look, I played all of these games but Final Fantasy. I play Apex, I play Destiny daily, or semi-daily. I play Fortnite, I play No Man's Sky. If you're talking about a game that is recognized for like community support, transparency, their responsiveness, their inclusiveness, Fortnite, and that's going to surprise some people coming from my mouth as much as I bash them, Fortnite should have won that. Because Epic Games alone has one of the most notorious and best responses when it comes to their customer support and their clientele support for both Epic Games and the game. And they don't tolerate hackers. They don't tolerate anything. They're very inclusive with all communities and all backgrounds. They're very responsive. They have full transparency on really everything they want to do, everything they plan on doing for seasons to come. Like, I don't get how Final Fantasy won, not Fortnite. Like, No Man's Sky, okay. You look at the community, it's not the best. Destiny 2, got screwed because of Activision originally owning them, and then just 2-3 DLCs ago, Activision said we're done. We don't want to be part of this anymore, and Bungie got control, and then fucking sold themselves to Sony. So I get that, and Destiny 2, Bungie as a whole is not great with responsiveness or transparency. They try to be, but they tend to fail more often than not. And Apex is just toxic as fuck. So,
well, I mean, looking at for best community support, I do agree with Fortnite being the one that has huge following, and the whole thing with fucking Final Fantasy, which is fuck Final Fantasy. I'll say it again. The following that this has, the following that this game has is going to be exactly what this category is community. And it has a following since the very beginning. It won't stop. I don't know why people enjoy this game, but it's again turn-based style. I can't stand fucking turn-based style. The close second to this one I do see as Fortnite. I understand again why this fucking stupid game won. But you can argue it day in, day out, how you want to do it. I do think the better three, Apex, Destiny, and Fortnite, are there. But I do put Fortnite at the top of them, just because of how the game is, how they respond, and the following that it has, and it's growing. So, next year, whatever, I can, it's all going to do is grow with Fortnite. Apex is growing as well. I mean, Destiny 2.
That community though is not. It's not very supportive, because if you are not a tryhard or a sweat, nobody gives a fuck about you. And when you try to hop into a lobby and you're just like, I don't know what to do, or you're playing for the first time, it's not very welcoming. It's a tryhard battle royale. Yeah. Whereas Fortnite is focused more around very much family friendly, family oriented style game.
It can be. It does have its toxicity in it too.
Oh yeah.
So, no,
I'm not gonna argue that. But when you compare
like Destiny Apex, 2, yeah, no, and I agree 100% because I think Apex and Call of Duty they're both at that point of toxicity. If you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you're gonna get your ass chewed.
But again, if you don't know what you're doing in Fortnite, you can figure out pretty quickly. Apex, you can't, because you have to know the legend, you have to master legend, you have to know their primaries or secondary, you have to know all the weapons, or you have to know how they handle with that legend you're working with, because some legends get buffs, some legends get debuffs. Like, there's just way too much into it to be able to drop and go. You have to invest time in it, and you have to be just a shit bag to get it decently.
Yeah. So I mean, I can see why that one got where it was at. I don't agree with it, but whatever. So the next one, best mobile game. I didn't know this, but Apex Legends mobile. I didn't know Apex had a mobile version.
Yeah, it released this year.
Diablo Immortal, Genshin Impact, Marvel Snap, and Tower of Fantasy, and winner of that one being Marvel Snap, which you probably have on your phone. Don't lie.
No, not that one. But yeah. Wait, hold on.
This one, and before this one, and I can't remember what the hell it was. The other Marvel game they had before that.
I lied. I do.
It's Marvel. It's a Clash of Champions. Is that what it was?
Champions.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game. I had a really good friend of mine who got deep into that game and sold his account for a good size amount of money because of the following of that game. And again, being Marvel is one thing that's going to carry any mobile game a lot. And I do see the advertising, everything for Marvel Snap is done very well.
I mean, the game's done very well.
Yeah, like the commercials, everything, it's all there. I see why this one beat out the others. But again, I haven't played any of them, but I've just seen from what they are. I can see why it's there.
I don't like the fact that they use that imagery for Marvel Snap, because that's not the logo for Marvel Snap. So only issue. That's why I was like, I don't play that. And I looked at my phone. I have that game. I'm very far into it. But that's not the logo, and that's not even the home screen when you log on. So that's what it cost me. Diablo Immortal, good game, but again, you're same with Apex. You're trying to shove a PC original game or console-based original game onto a mobile device, and it just doesn't handle well. It doesn't play the same way. It doesn't execute the same way. It feels like it's lacking something. Apex Legends Mobile specifically, I totally understand why I did not win because one, you can play this on your PC. There's an emulator for that. Two, you can plug in a controller to your phone, either an actual controller like plug in, or you can Bluetooth it, and you get better controls. You get aim assist like crazy, and people just fucking mop the floors the moment they put a controller on it. Because the controls completely change versus you having to hold your phone sideways and touch screen left to right, up and down, and everything, and try to tap A B. So now half your screen's already taken up with your thumb. The moment you control it, you just go fucking ham on it. So, Genshin Impact, I'm amazed it didn't win. Haven't played it, but I know the following behind it. I know how many people love it. And never heard of Tower of Fantasy. Sounds like it'd be a Final Fantasy ripoff, which makes me kind of hate it already.
You say that's what it is.
It's not made by the same people.
No, it's not. I don't know. I mean, I agree with that one, and it's interesting. But didn't we do? What's the next one?
Best indie, which again we're not going to cover much into it because it's pretty much the same one. But look, your game's on here.
Oh, I have a problem. This one I have a problem with.
Let's get into it. Nominees are Cult of the Lamb, which he's gonna have a problem with.
Yes.
Neon White, Sifu, Stray, and Tunic. I'm just gonna get this out of the way really quick. Well, I'm probably gonna agree with him. Cult of the Lamb should have won. Stray is by definition a indie game that blew up and should have never been classified as an indie game, even though the studio and developers are very much indie style. So with that said, I agree with this, but I'm probably going to agree with Rahgel. So here's Rahgel, nonsensical bullshit rant. So
Cult of the Lamb should have won this. Stray, yes, good game, but Cult of the Lamb, the way it was done, the way that it came out, there was no hype about this game. It was straight independent push. There was no big theatrics for commercials of any. I didn't see anything about this game at all.
No, I mean, and you were the first time I ever heard of this game.
I heard about this through other streamers, through other people playing games. That's how I found out about Cult of Lamb. Strays, yes, great game. Hands down, I can see why it won. But Cult of Lamb, in my opinion, is as true to the indie genre as it should be. You had to know about this game and be word of mouth to learn about this game. And I have wasted many, many hours of picking up shit and sacrificing assholes because this game is fun. It's very simple and it's entertaining at the same time.
And here's the thing. I agree with you. But games like Cult of Lamb or even We Starve Together, which is what I compared the graphics to when we did that episode, was it like you only found out about this game, not like Rahgel, but traditionally speaking, you. If you signed up for there's websites out there where you can become a beta tester, you can test out indie games, and it's completely free. You don't get paid. You just get free games. So that's kind of how you get paid. That's how I know a lot of these games get big is somebody gets the game, gets to test it, they get to keep the game, they get updates for life on it, and then they stream it because it's part of the agreement. And then people are like, oh my god, what game are you playing? What? Oh my god, that sounds so cool. That sounds so much fun. I'm going to play it. And just like Rahgel said, he saw a streamer play it, so Rahgel got it. The conversion is probably a little bit higher, and the only people who are going to see games like this are people who truly follow authentically true indie games. I'm not saying Stray is not an indie game, because by all definition they are. The only reason why they were able to do all the marketing that they were is because, very much like how Cult of the Lamb did it, and even Among Us, because remember, Among Us is still was considered an indie game until I think this year or last year. It was a game that just blew up. The right people got a hold of it, a big time streamer got a hold of it, and made it big. And everyone was like, "Oh my god, I like this game." And then they got money. They got money, and they're like, "Let's make marketing budget for it. We have pre-orders. Let's do this." So I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. But
I don't agree with the winner, but I see it.
Yeah. All right, next one. Oh, fucking Christ. I have an issue with this one. This makes sense, though, so we're just going to wrap it through this because that's same. Best ongoing. So
same exact nominees.
Yeah. Awarded for games for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. Fucking Final Fantasy 14 won. Colt.
Yeah.
This one,
100%.
Again, I'm a big Destiny 2 fan. I played all of them. I know all of them. I own all the DLCs. I'm the one that spends freaking money on silver so I can get cosmetic shit. Only game I invest money in. Fortnite. Again, better ongoing community of it and gameplay. Ever changing, ever evolving, and new characters almost monthly. Apex Legends. It's a stretch. Destiny 2, great content, ever evolving. So I would never put Final Fantasy on the top 3.
That's a single player game still, correct?
What?
Final Fantasy?
Depends on which one. Some of them are multiplayer, some of them are single.
Really? Okay.
Like, I don't know how to explain it. Some of
I'm not sure. I mean, the whole thing of like evolves the player experience over time. Like that's exactly what Fortnite does. Apex does it with their ongoing storyline, always changing. Granted, they're always updating and other things too, but that's always changing.
So Final Fantasy 14 is a MMORPG, massively multiplayer online role playing game. So like World of Warcraft. So.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that they had gone to that style because I don't care to say. I'll say it again. Fuck Final Fantasy.
But again, this is one of those games that's been out for a while, and they just keep coming out with stuff, which is cool, good. That's what you should do as a game developer. Create more content for your community, but still sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Just whatever. I guess with theirs.
Let's move on.
Yep.
Oh my god. All right, we're not gonna
for Impact.
We're not gonna dive too much into this because this gets into one of our issues. Or what do you want to call it?
Let's just skip. Just fucking skip it.
All right. Cool. Go to Game Awards if you want to see it. That's performance. So voiceovers. If you don't know these people, doesn't matter. But regardless, I can't pronounce like most of their last names. But all you need to know is God of War, Kratos, the voice actor Christopher Judge, won.
There's a short snippet of the TikTok everywhere of like the Read It boy.
Yeah.
Every part like that of I mean, the guy is
a great voice actor.
He's been in movies too.
All right, so let's just go on to audio design. Again, this is just for like in-game audio and sound design. Real quick, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Elden Ring, God of War, Ragnarok, Gran Turismo 7, and Horizon Forbidden West. God of War.
How does Call of Duty get an audio design? They have some of the worst audio in game. I love the damn game. I fight with you nonstop about this game, but when you get put into for audio design, yes, it could be just for the actual game audio.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I was like, does it have music? It has really shitty.
It doesn't have like theatrical music by any means. They have like the introduction part when you open a game up.
There's menu music.
But your audio design, you're stealing songs. I'm sorry, that's Warzone. But if you're going for Modern Warfare, no, it's just normal orchestra theatrical type, like nothing amazing by any means.
And then your sound effects, like explosions, all that, just not that great. But yeah,
Yeah,
God of
but
War
I
makes
mean,
sense because there's a lot of voiceovers, there's a lot of voice work, there's a lot of battle.
I do like the fact that Gran Turismo's in there because of how technical and in depth they had to get with Intune on cars, and that's you think that, but it does take a lot to Intune all that
Oh,
into a
oh,
game
absolutely. I'm
and
not downplaying
multiple
it.
different scenarios of a game. So the fact that that didn't win, you know, that is that in my opinion is right there, if not second to, obviously second to, but
How
if not
pissed would you
winning that
be
one,
if Call of Duty outdid that one?
there'd be a fucking uprising.
I'm gonna find out.
There,
I'm gonna
there,
find out.
there no.
All right. We only have a few more left, and we're gonna wrap it up. So let's just get into it.
Or music.
Yeah, score music nominations: The Plague Tale, Elden Ring, God of War, Metal, Hellsinger, and Xenoblade Chronicle 3. God of War won again. Like the music, the sound effects, soundtrack is amazing on God of War. So Elden Ring definitely. I bet those were your top two, and were very marginally separated.
Yeah, which go to the next one
Art
of
design.
art direction.
Yeah.
Elden Ring won that one.
Yeah. With the
Out of
nominees
Elden Ring,
of
God of War Ragnarok, Horizon for Horizon Forbidden West, Scorn, and Stray, which, obviously Elden Ring has a lot going on in that game.
so much, but
Art done in that game.
it's so beautifully done. Something like it feels realistic. But I bet you Stray
Yeah.
beat God of War when it comes to best art direction.
Yeah, but I mean, it just looks at what Elden Ring does, because I think Elden Ring and God of War are in the next 5 fucking categories.
Well, only 3 more after this, but yeah.
Yeah, the best
Narrative.
narrative.
This one makes sense.
And we have A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, and Immortality, with God of War winning that one. One thing too also is Horizon has been nominated in a lot of these as well, and didn't win one as of yet. But with narrative, obviously
I think that's
following the Greek gods.
That's how it was when the first Horizon came out. Was it got nominated a lot and never won.
I haven't played Horizon. I got a free download when I bought the PS5, and it came with Horizon. I haven't downloaded it yet. I want to play it, but I keep forgetting that I have it.
But I have Horizon. It was a free game for like something that happened on PlayStation a while back. So all PlayStation users got it. I have a PS4.
Yeah,
and I was like,
I haven't played
this game. But yeah, like you said, you're connecting 17 years of story.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna not win best narrative. And you have 17 years of connecting a Greek story with Greek mythology to Norse mythology, and saying Kratos, spoiler alert, married a Norse goddess slash ice giant. Like, how the fuck are you gonna explain this? Now, are you gonna explain how the sun fits into both Greek mythology and Norse mythology? Like, it's I love it. And again, call it a hard on, call it whatever you want, but God of War does it amazingly.
But if you look at and again, the same fucking two, if you read to the next category of best game direction,
yep,
with the nominees being Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Immortality, and Stray, Elden Ring takes this one.
And that's because this one has more to do like the creative vision, the innovation in game direction and design. I think innovation is probably where it got God of War, because it's been very much a hack and slash game for a while. While yes, there's puzzles and there's mind, like you have to be intelligent somewhat to complete these puzzles, or go to Google. Like God of War, I would say, has not been very innovative on its game in a very long time, and it's probably the last time it was truly like quote innovative and changing it was God of War 4, where they went over to Norse mythology. But even then, not really innovated, just more like new slap of paint. So,
yeah.
Elden Ring was drastically just brand new. And it was one of the first fully finished, fully completed, fully designed games. Tiny Tina's Wonderland came out at the same time this game did, and those two were top of the chart when they came out because it's a single player game. It was download and go. You didn't have to worry about, oh, do I need this DLC to play this, to beat this game? Do I need this to finish the game? Do I need this to do anything in it? No, it's just you don't need DLCs. You don't need anything extra. Play the game, and you're good. Everything you need is right there on the game. And then, of course, the last one, which is a Game of the Year award, recognizes a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. The Plague Tale, Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Xenoblade 3. Plague Tale has been nominated multiple times. Horizon Forbidden West, multiple times. And Xenoblade 3, multiple times. Never won. Stray's won one or two at this point. God of War and Elden Ring won it all. Elden Ring won Game of the Year. Which again, I think it came down to such a fine line of what's truly innovative, and you can go back and play and have different experience every time you play, versus God of War, the story stays the same. So while replayability is strong with both of them, you're really only going to go back and play God of War Ragnarok to get the trophies and achievements and everything. Elden Ring, totally different gameplay almost every time you start it over. So,
but if you look at it, and the problem I have with Elden Ring winning it, is if you go back and you look through all the categories, how many of the categories did Elden Ring win opposed to God of War?
I think
God of War, no, God of War won more.
Oh, wow.
They won, because Elden Ring only won 2 or 3. God of War, including best performance, had at least 4 to 5. They outdid Elden Ring in a lot of the categories. So that's where I struggle with a lot of how all this stuff goes, but it's all done differently, supposedly. Because that's what I was trying to look at, and I was trying to see. It's close.
It's
because
3 to 5.
It's 3 to 5. Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, God of War also won a category that Elden Ring was not even a part of. Yeah, Elden Ring won 3, God of War won 5, Stray won 2.
But still, I mean, if you're looking at that, just because it's diversified itself into another category that Elden Ring didn't make it into, and they still won that one.
I will argue with you, say, yeah, God of War, not argue like against you, but yeah, I think God of War should have won. But again, I love God of War. I've been playing this game since 05.
And
I've given up on 17 plus times. I hate myself every time.
And I'm only looking at how the categories went, which direction they were going. Yes, they traded off in the last 4 or 5 categories, back and forth, but Elden Ring came out with the win for Game of the Year. Hands down, you can see that these two are the games of the year.
Yeah.
Between these two. But to try and put Elden Ring above Ragnarok, at what point do you put it above it? Is it gameplay? Is it storyline? Is it just accessibility to everything with it? Like, I don't understand how you can put it up there, but I know that there's a lot of different aspects to voting for it, so I don't know.
So, if you include like best narrative, God of War won 6. Okay. But that was the first thing. I was like, oh, I want to know what the vote was, or like how close a match. And the first 4 on Google is why is Elden Ring Game of the Year over Ragnarok? Here's our take. Many people are still baffled by this decision. Second one was Elden Ring walks away with Game of the Year award 2022, beating out fan favorite God of War, which nabbed 6+ awards, along with multiple nominations and runner up. Many people are confused. Creators are calling for a breakdown of why Ragnarok lost, 10 details that prove Elden Ring deserved Game of the Year, but will annoy consumers. Let's see. Here's one. Elden Ring trumps God of War in one critical way. Here we go. All right, let's see what it says. Okay, so basically it came down to, again, I don't trust any of these reporters or anything, but it came down to innovation versus iteration. God of War is iteration because it's doing the same thing over and over and over, just changing the storylines, which is true. Okay, you got me there. But you can't say they're not innovated by, again, tying successfully two different drastically conflicting mythologies and making one person to start like, okay, you can't tell me that's not innovative. But again, God of War Ragnarok is an iteration of God of War 4. But basically, it comes down to, do you want to try something new and experimental, Elden Ring, or do you want to hone and perfect what you already know, God of War? So, and there's multiple other articles kind of echoing that same sentiment of, do you want repetitiveness, iteration, or do you want innovation and something new? Which I don't know if you could say it's new, because it's very much like Dark Souls meets Elder Scrolls. So I get it, but
God of War is still evolving the storyline. It's not stagnant by any means.
No, and they always lead the game to a point where the game can stop and be finished. There's never much to go on at the end of the game other than just like a thread of, do we want to continue this game? Because when God of War 3 ended, Kratos walked away. He left his blades, never to be seen again. And then God of War 4 starts off. You see Kratos, you're chopping down the tree with an axe. You're going down the river. You get home, you get the backstory that, oh, your wife died. You're burying her. You're pissed off at your son because your wife died. He had no real input on it, but wife died. He's stuck with his boy. And then he gets his axe enchanted because of his wife who passed away. So like, they do such a proper way of doing it. It's ever engrossing to the point like you can't stop. Like, I literally lost many days, even streaming. I don't know if it's still up on Twitch, but streaming God of War 4. And then when it ends, spoiler alert, Rahgel. It ends with you going to the temple and you find out, oh, your wife is not who she says she was. She's actually a deity, just like you.
Lion bitch.
Well, Kratos hid a lot of his past from her as well, so she didn't really know he was Kratos, God of War. She knew he had a fickle past. But then, so she's a frost giant, she's a deity. Okay, so now they have Atreus, however you pronounce his name, and he may or may not be Loki. So then you're like, hold on, what? Which feeds into the overall giant conspiracy of, and we're not going to get into it because we don't discuss religion and politics, but go Google search Loki conspiracy or Loki religion conspiracy, and it's amazing out there. So it leads off with that, and Atreus going, so what does this mean for us? Oh no, let's find out. And the reason why you knew there was Ragnarok coming was because Ragnarok was inscribed onto your boat the whole game. So one minor detail led to Ragnarok coming. So I'm with you. I think God of War should have won. And based off of statistics alone, they should have won. They won 6.
Yeah. So, and that's why I struggle, because if you have one game dominating a lot of the categories and it still doesn't win, what the fuck? But, I don't know how it's broke down. I don't know how they figure it out. I don't know how they vote. Well, I mean, it must be sent in from the basements of their moms.
31 nominations. If you take away 6 because of esports and content creator, that takes you down to 25. Mm-hmm. Okay. God of War won 6. Okay. So 10% would be 2.5 games. So you're talking what, roughly 23-24% almost, give or take. Mm-hmm. While Elden Ring won 3.
And that's including Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you remove Game of the Year, they won 2.
Okay, 2.
So they won under 10%. Somebody won over 20%. So I get it. I'm with you. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens from here on out. If Elden Ring stays or if kind of fan base bullies Elden Ring, says, fucking switch it. Fucked up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like it hasn't happened with movies and shit too. I mean, it fucking, when Hurt Locker won Best Picture, it should have been rioting.
Well, I mean, you also had Cyberpunk 2022 or 2077, sorry, that shouldn't have released for another 6 months, and when they push back 3 or 4 times to December, and they go, "Hey, look, we're gonna release it," and they went, "Oh, we need a few more months." People rioted and like fucking, we're talking like hate mail, death threats. People were hacking their systems, releasing information. Like, there's good and bad of all this. Sonic, great example of what, I don't want to say cyberbullying, but
that's what it was.
Saying, you made this hedgehog look fucking creepy as shit. Mm-hmm. Watch a Chippendale Disney show, you'll see Sonic the Hedgehog there. Yep. So I get that, but then you have the malicious side of the house where it's, I want to play the game now. Game gets released, it's not finished, they have tons of bugs, they know it, they tell everybody, but they're done getting death threats, they're done dealing with all this because people's lives were legitimately at risk. And CD Projekt Red went, fine, we're done, here you go, hands up. And it tanked them.
They should have just held on to it. One person dies, it would up the value of it.
Sadistic, but I mean, it's just one of those things of like, what do? You release a game where you literally have these developers and studios, families being threatened, and social media is being leaked, and addresses being leaked. Like, people went nuts. Cops were involved. People were ordering food to the studios and saying, "I hope you die on this." Like, that was big fucking news everywhere. And I'm a huge fucking CD Projekt fan, Project Red fan, because of The Witcher. I love their games; they're always amazing. And Cyberpunk was a letdown because of all the bullying that they got, the harassment, and the threats. So,
newsflash: I'd ate the food.
You know what? Not worth it. I got healthcare. But there you have it. There you have it. That's the Game Awards 2022. You can agree with us or not. That's what it is.
More likely, nobody agrees with anything we just said.
Right, but
they all think Elden Rings is the best, and Stray should have won Best Indie.
That's your
fucking lie. Yep, exactly. Hope you fucking spill your code red.
But with that said, everyone, we're gonna wrap it up. This is the third to last episode of season 1. So we still have 2 more episodes. Next week, you're gonna have a Christmas holiday edition, winter holidays, whatever you want to call it. You're gonna have a December holiday edition that we'll be doing next week, and then we have our final episode coming out December 30th. Yeah, December 30th, 2022, and we're wrapping up season 1 at that point. So, sure, we'll tell you then, but thank you all so much for joining us on the first year, and we have a lot of stuff in store. So, stay tuned. Plenty more to go still. And Rahgel, he's going to need a new catchphrase next year.
Oh, sticking with it. Bye, bitch.